I love it when you go full bassist on that shit, dude.
You like that, man?
As I was sitting watching you and Terry Quiet open for Kenny Wayne Shepherd this weekend, I was like, how long before Aaron really starts getting into it? Because like as you watch Aaron, like, and it's always nice to watch Aaron play music because I forget how talented he is. But then it's like we have this bit about like as the bassist goes on, they start singing more as the night goes. They get ballsier and ballsier.
Yeah.
As they get a little drunker,
start being the focus of the show. You know. I do.
Bass and drums, and he plays a little bit of everything. He likes to sing a little bit, but it's fun. All right, but
he played football. That's
me, yeah, shit. I'm just a cool dude, man. I don't fucking play nothing. I don't play no.
Allegedly,
yeah. Just it's party. The word is out. But here we are. We're podcasting on Wednesday. Thanks for coming. Thanks for I had some issues yesterday, so we rescheduled for today. So I'm glad you guys could make it.
Hey, and thank you for telling us about your issues and not trying to get us sick.
Well,
just being brave. You know what I mean? Like,
I was gonna try to. I was like, man, and it was anyway. But
if you're sick, stay home, man. Yeah. That's basically what I'm going to say. Is if you're sick,
straight up,
stay home. Don't try to get me sick just because you think you're brave and I can get through it. Well, it ain't really about that. It's about you get me sick, I'm pissed. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't come and sit on top of me. Or sweat on me, dude. Like yesterday, I was like, it would have been not a good on camera. So let's get to all our sponsors real quick and let's get to the graphic and get to the show. Sacred Leaf, we love everything you do. I appreciate you.
Always.
I was just in there the other day. They hooked me up. I appreciate them. So for all your needs, get in there.
And you didn't get a hookup. You paid normal prices. Well, and you got out of there for less than $20.
Yeah, so. I needed a battery for a cartridge, and I needed some glassware, and less than $20. And they don't. What's nice about them is they're not trying to sell you on that high end everything. They're just trying to get you the shit that you need. Yep. Just because I break everything for the most part, and I ain't trying to have to go and spend $50 to replace every damn thing. So we appreciate you, Sacred Leaf. Party Rockerz ICT, they are doing a ton. They got a Halloween show coming up. They got all kinds of stuff going on. So if you need them and you want to rent them out, get with them. All their website is on the top of our page, and you can get with Kayla and all that stuff. Kirby's, we love you. Support local music. Get out to Kirby's and Wichita by EB. So we appreciate Wichita by EB and everything he does for us and everything he does for the city.
And shout out to Fert the Foodie. Yeah. Even though you ain't a sponsor, we still love you. We'll sponsor you a little bit.
And if we had that mobile rig, or if even without it, we still gonna make it happen. Fert the Foodie and Aaron and Austin are going out tomorrow. We're gonna try to go out to Ma's Kitchen
in Burden,
in Burden, Kansas. That's these giant fucking chicken fried steaks.
They're the size of like a mud puddle.
Dude, they're fucking small. Dude, they're small. Like they're meat.
What is it called?
It's called Ma's Kitchen. M-A-'S, Ma's like cafe or Ma's Kitchen.
Yeah.
It's in Burden, Kansas.
But the barn that's out in Burden, Kansas too.
Not Burton.
Burden. Like lay your burden down.
I said Burton. I said Burton for 3 weeks. I just now saying
Burden is right.
Same.
Okay,
so Burden.
Like beast of burden.
And it's I think it's an hour out. I think, but
at least.
Like they have a medium chicken fried steak where the chicken fried steak is as big as this motherfucking notebook. That's the small one.
That's the medium.
That's the small one. The other one is like. It's like Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm gonna go hit it, and it'd be fun to go do a show with Fert, and do a little like.
He was a super fun.
Yeah, and it'd be nice to.
I did it.
And what we want to do is and we want to do with our show is go out and even talk to the people that own the joint. We could take our equipment and have like a 15-minute podcast with them. They could tell us about why they started this place and all that shit. And promote their shit. I mean, that's all we're doing is promoting.
There's a big hole in Wichita as far as promotion is concerned. It is hard to find out about shows. It's hard to find out about things. Eddie, Wichita by EB. That's one of the reasons I love this guy so much is he's taking it upon himself to every weekend launch out like these are the shows. This is where they're going. Yeah, kind of like Amped Up Live used to do.
He took it from us. We were trying our ass off to get it. And
we really were.
With all of the shit that we're doing. Well, just with and before we get to this, let's cut to this graphic real quick.
Thank you for that.
We need all the sponsorship we can get. I just flipped that pen and caught it, so I hope that's on.
Nice. Edit that out.
But so yeah, get to run that graphic real quick for us, John, and let's get to it. back from this crazy nonsense. So yeah, as we were talking, like Wichita by EB, Eddie's great. He came in and he just hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, I love what you guys are doing. Can I come in and check out the place?" And I was like, first and foremost, I was like, "Do the show, motherfucker."
Yeah, you gonna come in? Let's go.
He was like, well, because he doesn't really like to put himself out there. So I was like, and that made me think it was funny because it made me not approach all the other food critics. So I thought they would feel the same way. So, but Fert hit me up luckily, and so hopefully some other ones do if they'd like to do the show. You can. But
so Eddie is actually the reason why you're here because you went and Eddie was doing like a marketing seminar, like how to market yourself. Yeah.
What was all that about?
Well, by day I'm a hairstylist, and then by night I have 2 bands, and so I am doing all of the social media for everything.
Right.
And that's 11 social media pages. That's
a giant pain in the ass.
It is. It's a lot of work.
It is. It is. People don't think it is. It's a lot of fucking work.
Since I've been doing hair for a long time, and even since the very beginning of promoting that, everything has changed. So for me, it was an opportunity to go free education and learn what is working, what doesn't work, what I need to change up, And WSU is great to put these things on within the community. And what I loved about it was they had all local people who are utilizing social media and really being successful with it, including Eddie.
Yeah.
So
he's one of our most successful, I would say, local around here as far as like a food critic. He's probably
for sure.
That for sure. But
for sure.
Yeah.
And he's only getting better. His production, and I'll say shout out to Eddie. Like the Wichita 6 at 6 you've been doing, all the shit you've been doing as far as promoting food trucks, all the shit you've been doing as far as doing the shows that are coming.
I like to do videos. Videos come on TikTok,
and they're getting the videos are legit. I think he's even doing some drones and shit now. Like this shit is getting. He's working hard, brother. We see you. We see you hustling.
Well, and
baby.
he's raising awareness for how many car washes are in Wichita.
Well, Andy's on, and he's constantly. Oh, explain that to our. Explain it to don't know the inside joke.
He's very sarcastic about it, but he talks about how. Oh, and there's one more going up at this location, just in case you've missed all of the 5,000 other ones in Wichita.
Well, he also was saying today, he's like, he's been to 99.99% of all restaurants, but there's always a Mexican restaurant opening every week that it's hard to get to all of them. Like there's like a new little, there is, dude.
Here's the crazy thing. I, again, like you had said, never thought that you would have him on the show because they don't like to be seen. They like to go in and be anonymous.
Anonymity is part of it, I think.
It is.
So I want to be known so they could give me these meals for free. I don't know how they pay for
counts, man.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, in your mind, you're like, what could this person possibly look like, And especially when you read all of the articles and all the food that they try and they show you pictures. I'm thinking that this guy is lucky to be able to move outside of his door. I'm thinking he's a big guy, and he's not at all.
No. Well, some of the bigger eaters that I know
must be really great.
Some of the bigger eaters that I know are smaller than me. They'll out eat my ass like ain't no business.
Yeah, I'm like, please tell me your secret.
Well, that and just because he goes in and orders like 5 different things,
I don't know how they don't go in the
all.
fucking poorhouse with this shit. They eat it out all day, every day, and don't want no one knowing who it is. I mean, Fert does a new thing almost every day during the day.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's his lunch hour.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Well, I mean,
over his lunch hour, he goes
trying to go grocery shopping for a family right now.
Well, I mean, honestly, there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of that.
Yeah, just go eat out at that point.
I mean, really. It has got pretty even on that shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's actually get into what you guys got going on. So introduce yourself a little bit more than just that. Tell us about your groups. Tell us about your band. You can even give us the whole synopsis of all the band members that aren't here and everything that's going on. So let's get into Nostalgia, right?
Yes, Nostalgia and Heather and High Frequency. And I'm Heather Richardson, and put both of them together pretty much. I'll let Tim tell about himself, but got introduced to Tim and Charlie at the same time, and they came on board when 2 of our original musicians, one moved out of state and then the other one got busy with his church. And then we later got Micah earlier this year to be our drummer. And then we have Crystal, who's in Nostalgia, who is another vocalist.
Sound like she's backup.
No. You
guys got to share?
We share. We alternate. I love to harmonize, and I hardly ever get the opportunity to do that. So it's fun to be able to do that with her. But yeah, we have a great time. Nostalgia is more of the in your face dance type music, get you up and grooving. Heather and High Frequency can be anything from just Tim and I, small, intimate, and then on up to a full band and lots of great sound. What I love the most about both of our groups is we have 3 musicians, where some bands have like 5 or more. And we have like phenomenal sound. Like the biggest compliment that we always get is how people are blown away that there's 3 musicians and it's a full sound. So
only 3 people in your band?
Musician wise, yeah. Keyboardist, drummer, and a bass
technology
player.
though.
What you play, man?
I'm the MD. I'm keys.
Keys.
Yeah, he's a Southpaw
in both
keyboardist.
bands, or what you do?
I'm R&D for both.
Oh,
bands.
but nice, man. Hell
Yeah, he's a Southpaw keyboardist.
yeah.
That's why I said bring on the keyboardist, because I
Yeah.
always got jokes for him because he's a bassist.
Yeah,
and
so
I found out that keyboardists like tickle, like fucking rub him the wrong way. So it's fun for me.
Well, hey, not in this instance, man.
I know,
Because if you got a drummer and a keyboard player, you're supposed to be playing bass with your left hand.
Yeah,
makes sense.
but I'm doubling since I got Charlie. So he eased it up for me. But we do that full sound though, because even though it's 3 of us, Michael's the drummer. That's my son. And so,
it's your actual son?
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Out of my
Family
nutsack.
band.
Nice,
Yeah,
man. Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right, yeah, right out of me. Yeah,
Nice, bro.
yeah. So he used pads. You know what I'm saying, with this, so it gives us a more fuller sound on top of the drums. I use a top board on top of my main board with laptop. So I got a million
You
sounds.
play drums too?
I do. That's my first instrument.
Was
yeah,
it?
yeah,
I figured that's why
yeah.
you played drums.
Yeah.
So how long you been playing music with your son?
Michael's 18. We've been playing together, man. Probably about 10 years.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, 10,
I
11 years.
fucking love that, man. I love
Yeah.
when it doesn't always work like he'll say. Like sometimes families either work great or don't work at all.
My kid can't focus on
But
it,
then,
man. Like, he ain't gonna.
I really have to talk to him. He already know where I'm going, when I'm going. That's just that
That's
chemistry.
gotta make
of
it
it.
easy.
Yeah.
That's
gotta
that
make
family
it-
vibe.
That's
Yep.
got to make it
Yep.
fucking easy.
Yep.
So how'd you guys all get together? How did it all start?
So
Or you can even go from like
Genuinely?
where you started singing too. Let me go. Dude, I know this probably wasn't your first project. This probably wasn't your first project. So give us a little bit.
It wasn't my first
You
project,
can
but
even
I'm
give
not.
us like where it started a little bit.
So I'm not originally from here. I've been singing on stages since I was 3. I was adopted. My adopted mother had me singing everywhere and anywhere. And when I moved to Wichita, my daughter was 3.
How long have you been in Wichita?
I've been here. She's 25 years now.
Wow.
So where'd you move? Where'd you move here from?
We initially came to Kansas and was in Dodge City, but I'm originally from New York.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. And my mom's whole family is from Dodge City, so that's why we were there.
Okay.
And then when I turned 18, I literally ran, and that's how I ended up here. But from
You
the
ran
time,
to a better place from Dodge City for sure.
I don't know sometimes, but
Yeah, Wichita's better than Dodge
better
City.
than Dodge City, but yeah.
Cows outnumber people like 5 to 1 out there.
Yeah, Dodge City just make the
Smell.
beef, bro. Just
Yeah.
make the
man.
beef. Just make the beef.
So I genuinely wanted to do. I mean, music has just been a part of me, and wanted to put a band together. But I tell you what, Wichita is one hard place to get in to the scene. It really, really is. It's who you know, not what you know. And I didn't know very many people, and so for years I tried. I would audition for different things and never really got hooked in anything, and was actually out at karaoke, and Colette Atkins saw me, and she was like, "Hey, come to our coffee house. We're doing a."
And shout out to our coffee house, cool place.
She had a kind of a show, a variety show, and when I got there, I sang, but I met other people, and then it just kind of branched from there, and it grew. I sang with a 90 Proof project. I don't know if you know who that was, a cover band, and from there, I just kind of I saw what was missing in the scene. I knew what music was really kind of my thing, and I wanted so badly to be a part of that, and that was R&B, soul, funk,
The good stuff.
and so I tried to work with some different musicians, and finally I was just like, I'm tired of being told what will work, what won't work, what to do, what not to do. I had already kind of been seeing where we could fit in.
Right.
And so at that point, I was like, I started saving my money, buying my own equipment, meeting musicians, getting things locked in, having a set list, pulling stuff together. Sometimes they'll look at me crazy, like, you really want to do that? And then when we go and it pops off and everyone's like really into it, they're like, oh, okay.
So with the R&B infused music that you guys do, did that come with your adopted mom's influence when you started singing?
No.
What were you singing way back then?
She had me singing all sorts of crazy shit.
Just whatever, like pop music for the most part?
And what's not to cut her off, but what's crazy is because, not talking race, but you don't have generally a person of the Caucasian race that do what she do.
Not well, anyway.
She's mind blowing. I don't have people to call her the Tina Marie of Wichita. They mind blown when they see her.
The girl can sing. I've seen you guys.
I was blown away when I first met her.
Well, and to sing my favorite music. I mean,
this is the first time I'm hearing this. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, musicians. I mean, interviews help, but like for the most part, musicians don't sprinkle no praise out.
No,
ain't you around musicians enough? They don't say shit nice.
I intentionally let them know how much I value them, and because I don't feel, I say this so often. I do not feel that people in the arts community are really as appreciated as they should be. People think that we show up, and because we were maybe born with a gift, we're entertaining, and it should just be free. It really kills me to my core that there are some venues that still pay 90s prices for
and it kills me that there's musicians out there taking it.
Yes, you're absolutely
That's the problem,
right. You're absolutely right.
You and
I tried to correct that, but
but for some of those who got them bills and that's all they can get.
They're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, man. Or they don't care.
But they got to value themselves.
They don't care. They work for aircraft. Their money's made.
We facilitated this market. We got to deal with it.
Yeah, and here's the thing. What is really crazy to me is where I come from and being here as long as I have seen some amazing talent here. Amazing talent that could blow away the East Coast, the West Coast.
It's true.
Atlanta. I mean, there is some amazing stuff here. Well, and I truly feel that I work with 3 of the most amazing musicians in town. And that isn't to disparage anyone else that's doing it, but I legitimately get stressed the fuck out. Can I say it?
Oh, yeah.
Say whatever the fuck you want. This is our show. Say whatever the fuck you want.
At the thought of, Tim calling me up one day and say, I can't do this no more. Bye. I don't know what I would do. I tell him that all the time. I'm like, I don't know what I would do.
Well, that's imposter syndrome. Everybody's got that shit.
Yeah, we do that.
That's everybody. Every musician and every talent and every content creator has got imposter syndrome. I mean, and I will say that's healthy. It's healthy.
Yeah.
It keeps you working. Keeps you trying not to be mediocre.
Right.
I mean, so don't let that sweat you. That anxiety is actually real. Some people, and a lot of this, and I ain't gonna try to steer too far off of this, but a lot of people, get to this anxiety, depression shit is all crazy for us. A lot of it helps you. Like, you use your anxiety.
It motivates.
Yeah, use your anxiety, and when you're not feeling right to move
if
yourself.
You know what to do with it, man.
Well, those are all we pretend now like they're abnormal feelings for humans. They're not. This is normal shit that you're supposed to experience.
I'm going to put it down like this. I'm going to put it down like anxiety. It can be that thing that you overcome to be great. Mm-hmm. Or it can be that thing that's an excuse of why you suck.
Yeah, well, you can use it as an excuse to not,
You can use that as an excuse to just be like, oh, well, but anxiety, I just can't do it.
All right, so hit me with this. And so let me hit us with your musical background. Where'd you come from? Now we got where she came from. Let me hear where it all started for you.
I'm from the grand state of Flint, Michigan, man.
Really? You had to get out of there because of the water.
No, that's funny. That's where everybody knows us from. It's from the water.
I ain't gonna lie. I know Flint, Michigan. And my mom actually worked for Avery Dennison, who was a company that worked very closely with 3M, who bought them out eventually, and they had a big factory in Ann Arbor. So I got to go back and forth to Michigan. I didn't get to go to Flint, but I got to go to Ann Arbor a couple of times.
And I've been watching this this thing on Netflix about Flint, Michigan.
You know,
They got a whole series.
Michigan.
On
Well,
it.
Flint, Michigan, before the water got detrimented by the fact that the auto industry left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so that
I
they
came
were
right
really
after that.
They was
Right
really
there.
a poor community
Yeah.
long before the water. And then,
Yeah.
dude, if you look into that
Yeah.
water shit, you don't really want to look into that.
Yeah, major crime,
Yeah.
but all
Yeah.
of that came.
Major
Yeah,
police
it's tough.
corruption.
Oh, major police corruption,
Yeah.
major political
Hey,
corruption.
you talking
Yeah.
about Detroit with
Yeah.
the mayor?
She's
We don't call
everywhere.
no names with the
Shit.
mayor, old mayor. You know what I'm saying? But
Fuck. I mean, the Detroit Lions still owe that city of Detroit like
I'm
fucking.
glad you out.
Yeah.
So,
glad you
so
out
how
there,
long
man.
were you in Detroit before you?
In Flint, I was born and raised here. Moved here when I was 14, 92.
So you moved from Flint to Wichita, Kansas. How'd that work out?
How'd that even happen? Yeah.
Mom and stepdad got a divorce. Actually, we didn't know nobody here.
You just on a map.
Some family members that that we knew came down here for a couple of family reunions of some people they knew, and my mom happened to come one time and was
Gotcha.
like, "Let's
Well,
Well,
we do that.
especially in those day and ages, like Wichita, and still does. I won't show up. There's a lot of opportunity
yeah,
here.
back in '92."
Yeah, it's a
you know
low
what I'm
cost
saying?
of living.
You low cost of living,
Yeah.
you get you a house for a pretty cheap
Yeah,
price,
I'm
so
telling
you can get you a job.
So I was a freshman in high school. Had to come with mom, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't really
Yeah.
have too much of an opportunity, choice. I've been playing since I was 3 though. Started in church.
And was it keyboard? It was drums first, right? Drums first.
Yeah, but I started keys when I was 3 too as well.
Really?
A baby. And I'm talking about I was the main musician by 5. You know, that sounds too
Hell
good, but I
yeah,
was the
man,
main
that's all right.
musician.
So
you
what's
know.
your favorite instrument to play? As your
Keys?
Keys?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Keys.
man. I love
Yeah, you know what I'm
keys.
saying?
Keys and horns, man, are my shit.
Yep.
Keys and horns are my shit, man. I love music with keys and horns.
I always been with church, playing for church. Moved here, 92. I really just started doing circular nightclub gigs, man, probably 12, 13 years ago. I was a hot commodity as far as on the gospel scene.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I stay booked, you know. Now, since being on here,
What's that seem like? So what do you travel or do you go
I
to
do.
church? Like how does that go?
Okay,
What's the gospel scene like? Explain that a little bit.
So like right now, I play 3 churches, 3 bands, work a full-time job. I
He's
stay
insane.
busy.
Damn.
I've been to Paris, France, back in 08 for 10 days. Got paid all expense paid
Oh,
trip
yeah.
to go.
Nice.
Got paid to go. Was there 10 days. Music, Bahamas, a couple of years ago. I've been everywhere, man.
And so what kind of music when you're playing gospel? Is it like is it original gospel music? Like what like school me a little, school me a
some
little.
is original. A lot of it's cover.
Really?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
But
So you
some
kinda know
is
what you're getting-
original.
you know what
Yeah,
you're
I done
getting
did a
into.
lot of recordings. I done toured with gospel stage plays.
Nice.
I won Musician of the Year for the whole United States 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Gospel
Yeah.
Musician of the Year?
Yeah.
For 2020.
Yep.
Bet,
No
man.
shit. What a
Yep.
fucking credential that
Yep.
is.
Hell
He's
yeah.
amazing.
But
Fuck,
then,
yeah.
you know, like I said, I don't just do gospel. You know, that's where I got my
Were-
upbringing
it-
from.
were-
Man,
was your passion more with gospels or more with R&B and
It's about
about the same?
Yeah.
I mean, because you're
But-
pretty in tune into that community.
But see, coming from Flint, you know, I was young. You couldn't make no money, doing gospel. You know what I'm saying? When I got here, I think the very first church I played for, I was making $50 a Sunday.
Really?
At 14, $50, you know. I done been up to the highs 600 a Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Mains all the way to France. Off of $50 a Sunday, all the way to France playing.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
Put your time in. Yeah.
And so, started with Infinite Layers.
Oh yeah. The Buoys.
Yeah.
What is that?
Love
Explain
those
to me.
guys.
That's how I met her.
Oh, really?
Bet. All right.
Who are they? Explain me. I don't know who the fuck they are.
Marty.
Y'all know everything. You're like, yeah. What?
Well, we in the music.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So tell me, and not
Yeah.
everybody that's listening
I
to this
started
fucking
off-
conversation.
I
knows.
did about 10 years with Infinite, backup keyboard player. Marty, the band leader, he was that was his band, wasn't it?
So you have 2 keyboardists in the same band?
I was doing, but see, that's the thing.
That's my favorite band.
He was
ever.
doing the main play.
Right.
I was doing what we call ox.
Or rhythm.
Okay, explain that. What's that?
That's strings, horns. It's the.
Oh,
I
you
wasn't
doing
getting
the pads.
shine,
You doing
yeah,
like that.
pads.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
got you.
So
Okay,
I wasn't
okay.
doing the main.
Oh,
you know.
I got you.
So
In
was-
fact, there's a lot of people that had no idea that he played how he plays as far as
Because
nighttime.
they seen Infinite Layers and you just been
yeah, I was
pads.
the
Yeah.
back man. You know, it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. And
was-
so, when I got with her,
Well, it's always weird that what some of you guys' roles are in some bands. I mean, in some,
Well, that's it.
I mean, it's
then I play
interesting.
for everyone. I'm a musician. For
And
hire,
versatility
right?
gets
So
you there. Versatility gets you playing with everybody.
She's
doing
the only
everything.
one that I play for.
Right.
No, and Kimberly, I still play for Kim. You know what I'm
Nice,
saying?
man.
Yeah.
I love Kim.
But everybody else, I'm a musician
Well,
for
who's
hire.
him?
You know.
Shit.
Kim Page, isn't it now?
Yeah, it's Kimberly Page. She was
Okay.
her
Well, shout
and
out to
Marty.
Kimberly Page. I don't know who you
They
are,
was
sorry.
Infinite Layers at the time. They
Oh,
was
okay.
married.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
And they was doing lessons out of Air House.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They was doing music lessons out of Air House together.
For
Shout out to
kids.
anybody who's doing music
Yeah.
lessons.
Yep.
I mean, anybody that's teaching music, I love that shit.
But yeah, Martin and Kim, they was Infinite Layers, and they were really cool, man. I remember seeing them a whole bunch of times.
Yep.
I remember booking them a couple of different places.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was the R&B thing until
So Marty turned me on to Kim.
perfect.
Yes.
Perfect, man. I like seeing the genre grow a little bit more,
I
man.
call her Kim. I'm sorry.
Ah.
Marty turned me on to Heather. We just
No,
talking
it's
about
okay.
Heather. I'm sorry.
But no, I just like seeing more of the genre flourish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because literally, Infinite Layers was like the only R&B thing going back then, with that, except for like Rudy Love, and he was solo. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't really kicking with
Well,
the
Now
band.
we got the
that's
whole
crazy.
Utopia shit now,
Yeah.
too. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what's crazy though, is like there is still a plethora of musicians in the R&B, soul, neo soul,
Yeah.
funk here in town that no one's even heard of yet.
And that's what I'm saying.
Well,
There's a
give
huge
us a couple.
promotional problem.
We'll promote them. Give us a couple. We'll interview them.
Paris,
Paris Jane.
Oh, we talked to her.
We talked to her the other day.
Yeah, we talked to her. We
she is
did
phenomenal.
Did it. Got check. We talked to her at
Enjoy.
the ICT Fest. We actually
Enjoy.
interviewed her.
Who?
But we need to give her a full
Well,
show, though.
Enjoy Fountain, but
Oh,
I
enjoy,
mean,
yeah.
Yeah, we tried. I've tried to get her. She's a busy lady.
she is a busy
Man,
lady.
she's- All over.
Yeah, Enjoy. You ain't too busy for my show. Come on, girl. Shit.
Shaughnessy.
Hernandez.
God, there's so many. I can't think.
I know.
put me on the
I know.
spot.
I know. We need to do a show with Keo and them. I'd like to do a show with
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love them too.
MATV. I'd like to have him on. too.
TVMA.
It's TVMA. I can't
He
remember.
is so wild. So I was in the Rudy Love video, Rudy Love in the encore video for Good Time,
Had too much
and
of
he
a
was
good
and
time.
he was the
The Flamingo.
okay. Well, in our house it's a mingo.
Oh, Mingo.
Evelyn calls them
The mingo.
mingos. So yeah, he was the flamingo in it. He's so funny. He's the off the wall thoughts
Yeah.
that he puts
We met
together.
him at ICT Fest last
first
year
one.
in 2022, and we actually interviewed him and Keo actually.
Yeah.
And he's an interesting, funny, talented dude. He just
Yeah.
he's just
I saw
he's
him-
one of them dudes that's just doing interesting shit, man.
I saw
like
him at Kirby's. There was a group of they had different rappers come on, and he had performed, and I was just blown away. I was like, "Damn, he's good."
Especially when you like, especially he doesn't like and he knows this. Like he looks like you don't expect him that out of him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not at all.
yeah.
Like you don't
Not at
expect
all.
that out of him, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, all right, well, shit.
Yeah.
All right, this guy can do some
Yeah.
shit.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. So, so we're in two bands, and you guys are in both of them together.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between the two bands? And like, explain nostalgia and how we can,
So-
what you guys do. You guys do cover R&B.
Yes,
for the most part.
pop R&B. And when I say pop, it's because for whatever reason, and I know you understand this, different venues get a little worried that R&B music means violence.
Oh, yeah,
Oh
I
my
mean-
God.
Well, now R&B means hip hop.
So-
They're making that.
Well,
Dude,
jump, that big
some
jump.
some venues will actually call what we do hip hop, and I'm like,
It's not
We just-
it, man.
I will
please tell me that you do not.
And I will
Who
tell
said
you,
that? A white dude
and I
over
will tell
50?
you, and I will tell you
Yeah.
a little bit
Yeah,
of the prejudice
there
of
it
this city. We just try to do a little show with a great studio here in town, and we got
Yeah.
fucking ran up
Yeah,
and
you
down
ain't
for
lying.
every license in this for
You ain't
our
lying.
place
We ain't gonna mention
and
it.
everything. But shout out to our boy.
AG.
Yeah, we love you, AG. But like, fuck, we just try to do.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah,
they,
that's
and
my
they-
guy. Yeah,
they ran
that's
us
my
through
guy.
the fucking ringer just because of the people that looked at the side of the shit we were trying to do. It's
Yeah.
like, come on, man.
And
you know what y'all doing.
Here's
man.
here's the thing. The thing that upsets me the most about that in particular is you have violence that is on the uprise. A lot of them are younger kids that are getting involved in this. I'm telling you right now, if venues don't allow musicians or art to exist, where are these kids going to exert
Yeah, where they gonna
their,
go?
Yeah,
their
whatever that is.
energy?
But-
I'm not going to lie. Every
but it's
time I
gotta
look
be-
at his son, I think of every Friday and Saturday night that we've got him with us. He's not out.
Yep.
And the same for
potentially
you. And the
on
same
Well,
for
you know where he's at.
And the
That's
same for you.
big.
And
Yeah.
the same for you growing up. And the same for you growing up. And the same for you growing up. It ain't just
Yeah.
him and his son.
Yep.
Y'all would have been out doing some dumbass shit.
Man,
if you
I
weren't
know I
fucking-
would
I
have
know
been.
what I was
I
doing.
never.
Yeah.
What are you
And
talking about? I
already,
never.
And I
I was.
already
I'll
was
be the
out
first
doing
to
some
tell you.
dumbass shit.
Yeah.
But sports
Yeah.
in my life saved me from
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And musicianship has
Right.
saved tons of people for that.
Well,
Whatever
and,
you
and
find.
Save me.
the thing is, there is so many different genres of art so much art in this town, and it really it's just very frustrating and upsetting to me when I hear that shows get shut down, because then that creates anger, that creates discourse, that creates
that makes the next show harder to do.
It does.
That makes now we got like a tension that you're adding to these shows. That like a no matter whether they handled that show properly, when we're talking about the DJ, the show from the 3-6 Mafia DJ that was going to be there.
Yeah.
And whether they handled that show properly or not, the people that went about shutting down that show waited till the very last minute to make sure that they could not get that permit. Like, so if you were really if you're really worried about that, so obviously you got to have the right permits, and we get it.
And you ain't going to get a permit overnight.
And you're not. But
that's how that is.
But those people that policed that shit knew that they didn't have what they needed weeks before, and could have easily been like, "Hey, you're not doing it."
Yes, they did.
Waited to the last minute.
They waited till the last minute, so they couldn't get.
Yeah.
And shame on the promoter and shame on Oddfellow for not being clear with each other on who had the event licenses and what we had to do. Because me and Aaron have found out that you have to have temporary. You can do a temporary entertainment license
it's
for a night.
$25 for the city.
You can do a $25 night entertainment license. But those motherfuckers waited till the last minute, so they knew that they couldn't get that license, so they had to cancel that show.
Yeah, and I'll kind of go into this just a minute if.
No, that's fine.
Might as well for a minute.
It's your show.
Yeah, I guess you can.
$25 could have handled it.
So me and AG,
$25.
Sat down with the detective that handles this stuff.
Okay.
That signs off on entertainment licenses, and we was asking him, man, what's up? Is there a war on hip hop? Because we need to know. And he's like, nah, it's not really like that. He's like, but I do work in a special investigations unit. He's like, I'm a detective in special investigations. And he goes, we have a whole corner of the office that just monitors known gang members' social media. Mm-hmm. And he goes, what happened on that particular show you talking about? He goes, we saw rival gangs about to show up at that place for that show. And he goes, for us, we just had to look and see if there was a permit. There wasn't, so we just shut it down.
And
now there's no shootings and nobody's dead.
But the thing is, I honestly feel like that is exactly where we're looking at, that's where they're going to go forward.
It is.
And it's not unique to Wichita.
No.
It's New York, Chicago.
That's a pattern they took from somewhere.
My take is going to be highly unpopular. I don't give a fuck who the fuck looked at it and how many fucking gangs from rival. It's a show I'm putting on. Let me put it on and see what the fuck happens.
Well,
to me, you. Like you there's people that fight at all kinds of shit. I know white dudes fight at
But here's the thing. The biggest thing is everyone is hinged on fear.
Yep.
A few things happen. Now all of a sudden we've got fear.
Pay for security. Have a tight run show.
Yeah, but there's our deal. We had security at City Nights when all these shootings went down. We got people on camera passing guns over the fence.
Yeah, I saw that.
We got security letting 15 people in because they with whoever.
But you can't assume that that's going to happen at every show.
But you can hire tight ass security.
Yeah, you can't do that.
These people are like, oh, I got security, and it's like, dude's nephew, this kid I went to school with,
homies in,
or just me.
But let's be real.
That's never going to happen, man.
But let's be real.
That's how we get.
Even the local can't even hire good security if you think about it. How
Bullshit.
many
TNA security.
No, hold up. How many prisoners have died in the Sedgwick County Jail?
Well, there you go.
One second.
No, she's saying that these are the powers that be.
Yeah,
and they can't get
I'm
it
just
done.
saying, if you don't have the right people in place, shit happens.
Yep.
Day or night.
Okay,
club,
yes, okay.
Club
Now
or
my horse finally comes across the finish line.
Sorry.
Sorry. Shit.
You got to understand how many arguments I have with people on this stuff.
Well, a lot of people aren't aware of their own community.
I have people who are like, I can't believe that you're still going to Old Town and playing. Nothing's ever happened when we've played.
Well, I will tell you.
Now, I'm not saying that it hasn't happened near us, because both nights that stuff kicked off at City Nights, we were right there.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you, depending on the show,
at Mort's. So.
Depending on the show that you have at each venue, and I will say not all venues are guilty of this, but almost all of them are. There are different rules for that show depending on who is playing at that show.
Yep.
Well,
that's true.
And that's why it all goes back to how this conversation even evolved. What we classify ourselves. We were just saying R&B, but then when venues were acting kind of funny, I did go ahead and throw pop and R&B.
And funk probably helps a little bit too.
Because, well, not even so much that, but I mean, most of our
Funk is good.
Oh, was that something else?
most of our
I love
set
funk
list,
music. I mean,
most of our set list, Bruno Mars, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson.
yeah.
I mean,
the hitters.
okay, there's three of us sitting here, white people. You're not
we even
included
got
in
some.
this
We even got
section.
some Etta James.
Yeah, well, that's Southern High Frequency. But I'm just saying,
Well,
you
Michael
know,
Jackson's still my favorite
people,
artist of all time.
white
Every
people
time.
love that stuff. And the thing that I have to face is,
Shit, everybody love that stuff. Don't
I
give me that
know,
white
I know,
people.
but what I'm trying to get at is they
I
look
know.
at me and they want to know if white people are going to like what we put out.
It's kind of a cool noise.
So that's the biggest thing.
Well, I will say to anybody that has any sense, if you're playing to a crowd in Wichita, you're playing to white folks.
True.
Majority, yeah.
No,
you're right.
I mean,
Truth.
we can say it.
100%
We can
no.
say it. I
No,
mean,
listen.
It's a small town.
100% truth. But for whatever reason, these are the obstacles that I have faced in the last 3 years. So I'm just keeping it transparent. Obstacles, like I was told that we were not ever going to get into Margaritas. Margaritas contacted us and wanted us there. We are there every month at Margaritas.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what-
people in Wichita love to talk out the ass.
So was
too.
it just some fuckface, or was it someone that was an
No,
ex-manager at Margaritas?
It
Who's
was
like,
no.
you'll never be here.
It was 3 other venues that told me this.
Just based
That
on the
we
music
would
that
never.
you play.
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
yes.
fuck them.
Yes.
Fuck them, then.
Well, but
Why would you want to be there then? In my opinion, it's
Well,
kinda,
so-
how
so-
much of that happens?
But here's the thing. I didn't approach Margaritas at that time. I knew that I had places that I wanted us to be because I knew the energy that we created.
Right.
And our very first night at Margaritas, crazy energy.
Crazy.
And everyone loved it.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's been
Second
amazing
show
ever
was sold
since.
out.
Bet.
You know, so we're there this Saturday. So we love the great energy. It's an energy exchange. Music brings people together. The music that we do isn't about a race in particular. It is really about just getting people up and getting them dancing and having a great time and
Oh,
enjoying
And
life.
it's also kind of nice to be like, "Fuck you, ass."
That energy, that energy
I'll
doesn't
say
seem.
it for you.
no idea.
I'll say
That's
it.
high on the list.
Okay, so you
You
can't-
have no idea.
You don't want to say it. I'll say it for you. It's kind of nice to be like, "Fuck you." You said that we wasn't gonna play there.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
you. We can play there. Shut up.
Yeah.
Here I am playing.
Yeah, here. You know right where that spot you said I wasn't gonna play at? Here I am playing.
Standing
it.
on it.
Candle Club too.
Trust me. I feel like and anyone who knows me, you tell me that I can't do something, I will show you how I can.
Well, yeah.
Goddamn right.
I will show
I'm the
you.
same way.
Me too. I'm that kind of person
And,
too.
and
Like,
it's
come
not
on,
because
tell
I'm,
me I can't do something.
It's
That makes
not
shit
because
easier
I'm
for me.
belligerent. It's because literally I feel like it's a call of action.
Yep.
It's not even about you challenging me. It's a call of action. Okay, I can't do it. We will do it. We will get there.
Yep.
So.
Let me see if I can overcome that challenge
And
because I believe I can.
As long as you've been with me, I've proven that to you, haven't I? Okay. I'll keep doing it.
John, are we at a smoke break? Is John alive? I think John. What time are we at? Goofball. Did you fall asleep down there?
Yeah. He's watching damn TikTok.
He's bored.
No, you guys didn't eat no Jameson for you guys? It's not good, but it's still booze.
It's not good.
Get you there. It gets you to the spot that you're looking to be at.
ever really
Listen.
alcohol.
Jameson's an acquired
Well,
taste.
I don't like alcohol,
If you
but I
don't
like being
it,
drunk.
Acquire some taste.
So if we're being honest,
Okay,
if we're
I
being
got you.
adults here,
I
like
got
most
you.
alcohol does not taste that well. All of them try to mask themselves for the most part, or they either try to mask themselves.
Rubbing alcohol
Well,
with a
they either
hint
try
of.
to mask themselves, or they either try to present themselves as "you're a tough guy for drinking this," like this,
You like some Malort?
or this bourbon, or this Scotch makes you a tough rich guy, and everybody and they take a drink of it and they ass
Scotch
face
ain't good, man.
puckers up like it ain't taste good, but they still act like it does.
I ain't a big Scotch fan.
Well, I'll tell you, like alcohol is just kind of fun. Like like for me, it doesn't. I don't need it as much, but there's a lot of people that have a smidge. Now it's not a. There's
A skosh, maybe.
there's no. Are we back live, John? Okay, so
Good.
so
Thank
because
you.
I want this on here. So there is a lot of people that have just a touch, not and it inhibits their talents and it inhibits the things that they need to do. They just have a touch of social anxiety, And, and as long as they're not abusing alcohol works great for people like that because it just opens you up just a little bit. Now, if you are out every night, spending a lot of money and, fucking it up like you can do with any sin.
You can take anything to an extreme.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many comedians, how many singers, how many podcasters, and how many other people or people that I've interviewed loosen up with just a little bit of drink. Not you getting shit faced.
That's why we do that rumble mints at the gate.
Yeah, just a
little bit of a.
Just so everyone will talk,
and I'm not sitting here to promote. I'm not trying to promote alcohol in the air. But like if
you are an alcohol and you want to sponsor the Aaron Dawson show,
we would gladly take any
as long as I like. Not any.
We've looked into maybe some local liquor stores sponsoring the show.
Yeah.
So
some Malort maybe sponsor
God,
our
dude,
show.
you and that Malort to get it out of here. That shit tastes.
That's his drink of choice. Right?
It's just,
that's nobody's drink of choice.
You see that bottle? Hold that bottle up one more time.
Almost gone.
you guys drank
No,
a lot
we
of
didn't.
it.
No,
Me and Aaron
I haven't taken a shot out of that.
Take a sip of that.
Yeah.
We have just
So how do you know that it's bad?
I can.
He knows from everybody else's reaction.
Yeah. It's a setup.
There are some
is a
drinks
setup.
though
Yeah,
that
it
smell, but they taste really good.
Not this one.
Oh
Not
my
this
God.
one.
I don't even
So we
wanna
are putting
try.
together we're about out of that bottle. As soon as that bottle's done, we have
gonna get another one.
We have at least 10 to 12 videos of people taking a shot of that, a reaction video to it. Did you change the cameras? Are we good?
Yeah.
Change the batteries? Okay. So
Is it that bad?
it's not great. It survived
You
prohibition.
need a little shot?
No.
You need a little shot?
This fucking drink survived prohibition by claiming itself was medicine.
What's the proof on it? What's the proof?
Fucking proof that you should not buy it.
70 proof.
It's not even that hot. But look at that. Look at the
70
suspect color.
proof, man.
I see it, man.
Yeah.
Like everything about it says, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
So are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for one?
Nah, I'm good, man.
Oh, that's what he
just
said.
do
All
like
right.
But we have
Alright.
made people try it before, and like I was like, man, Aaron, we can do these reaction videos, but me and you don't have to drink it, do we? He's like, nah, we ain't drinking
I
it.
ain't drinking it.
I was like, I'm good then. All right, let's do
Man,
it.
they got a poster that says when you have to unfriend someone in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you try to unfriend somebody
that's-
in person.
No, that's a good one.
My lord.
That really is.
Yeah.
That really is.
Where is it even from?
Chicago. That's a Chicago thing all day.
Yeah, like it literally survived prohibition in Chicago as a medicine drink.
It
Like,
came out of
basically.
the.
And they decided, hell,
Water.
let's not change the fucking mix of it and just keep the same shit since then and make it taste terrible and make it a big fucking joke.
They've
'Cause,
hated
well,
this shit for 100 years.
Well,
Let's go.
You tagged me in a fucking video of a guy drinking
Yeah.
it with fucking whole milk and some other
No,
shit.
whole cream and lemon juice.
Yeah, whole cream and lemon juice. and
All
milk.
together?
Man. All right, so
Okay, just the whole cream of the lemon.
yeah, all right. So it was
Wouldn't that
a whole
be
thing.
great?
It was a whole thing. Like
That's what I'm thinking.
like this guy goes, my bar's empty. He goes, if I get 30 motherfuckers down here in the next couple hours, I'm doing this shot.
Yeah.
Like the worst shot you can think of. And they did. He got his patrons in there,
didn't separate
ordered
or
drinks, and so
curdle
he
or-
had to do it. So that's that video I showed you.
I know. I couldn't watch it.
It's horrible.
Well, I watched it on silent, but I was like, did you throw your phone on the
Don't worry about that.
Hey, that's that glass right
Don't worry
there.
about that. It's
That's
got an
that
OtterBox.
break.
Yeah,
See, that's why I said don't take that glass outside.
It's got an OtterBox,
Yeah,
man.
see?
This ain't got no OtterBox.
Yeah, see, shit. That's why you shouldn't be taking it outside for cigarette
Don't
breaks.
worry about it.
So I have a question for you guys. With all the talent, I've seen you guys play a couple times. You got the two bands that kind of do a little bit of the same thing. Have you guys ever thought about throwing together some original music? Do you have something of your own? And you knew this question was coming.
Well, we just look at each other like that.
Yeah, I saw the look.
Yeah,
So I started at the beginning of this year telling people that watch out for us. We're going to have some original stuff coming.
Well, I feel like you got the pieces.
Yes,
Yeah.
we definitely do. I mean, he writes
You got the
music.
musicians. Yeah.
Charlie writes music. And then Micah just creates shit. Like, honest to God, we've got all the makings to do it. Nostalgia will not be an original band
Well, yeah,
because that's not
yeah.
what the purpose. I mean, nostalgia.
Well, I mean,
is
just
the word.
saying nostalgia says these are songs you know.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that band is licensed towards doing the thing that they're going to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean-
and then Heather and High Frequency though, Like it
There's your
really
opportunity.
is. Yeah. And I've really wanted to do that because like you said, and we were talking outside, there are venues that really, they only have original music. And those are sometimes the best places to meet the people who really support musicians.
And I will say, as far as content creation, it's so much easier to share original
hell yeah.
music.
Oh,
hell
man,
yeah.
yeah.
So like, okay,
Your
so
video cannot be monetized. That's
exactly.
part
And
of
you
this
got to go through
clip.
that.
It can barely be shown.
I don't own the rights. No shit. I didn't write this Stevie Ray Vaughan song. We really got to say this shit. Like it's so ridiculous the shit you got to say. But like it's hard to promote your live music when you don't make original content.
Yeah.
And I will say
Yeah.
it's even a pain in the ass when it's your own music. We've had issues promoting people's own music live from the show that they're actually on.
playing it
They're
live on our
playing it.
shit.
It's been flagged.
Well, but here's the thing too.
We didn't have any problem with the F&Gs, luckily though.
Yeah.
Here's the thing too. I feel like you have to have something that allows you to really stand out. And I feel when you create your own music, that blossoms into something completely different. I mean, we do covers, but if you've ever come out and heard us, we break into like where I just let them play, and
jam it out.
Oh my God!
I think
And the shit that
Jam it
they
up.
create, and that's just it. The people who love us know that every time that they come out, even though they may hear the same like song,
It's gonna be a different song every time.
It's going to be different every single
you
time.
guys got to
Play different.
You guys gonna funk it up
Man,
every
we,
time.
we play off feel.
Yeah.
They look at
So
each
it'll be
other and
unique.
cue each other where
No,
they're
just-
going to go.
Well,
It's
especially
crazy.
when you got family too, and
Yeah.
other than your son in the band, did we introduce
Charlie.
Did we introduce every
Charlie.
single
All right,
person?
so
Charlie
we
Ray.
got Micah. Micah, that's my son. He go by TTG. It's his other little name. What's up, son?
Does he got an Instagram page and all that stuff? We can
Yeah, TTG.
Yeah, TTG. All right,
yeah.
good.
That's my son, the drummer, Charlie Ray. I don't know Charlie stuff, but the bass player.
Okay.
I've been playing with Charlie, man, probably about 20 years.
Oh yeah.
And you
So-
can
Be another
tell.
gospel
You
player.
can
Like,
tell.
Yeah,
yeah, bet. Okay.
yeah. Well, that's where we met, but man, we don't rock many shows outside of the gospel realm together.
You as an artist, even with doing the gospel thing and doing some cover stuff and a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
do you write like song like original? Do you write pieces or do you write lyrics or like how does that come about?
I'm a arranger, man.
That's
I'm
where
not
I'm
gonna
at.
sit here and say I don't write words.
That's where I'm at.
You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I have
Yeah.
people to come to me. I don't have people to come to me with a sheet of words and just get to singing something. Don't even know what, and I just get to messing with it. You know what I'm saying? And then finally we come up with a harmony, and then we just build off that. You know, so I'm a producer as well.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Nice.
so I do it all.
How's your process work? I mean, have you started trying to write original stuff?
So I actually have books upon books upon books full of lyrics and poetry. Basically, I feel like they're one and the same.
Concepts. Basically.
Yeah. And then
Ideas.
Concepts, man. Basically, there's like something
I
there.
do have some original music that I created myself, and it's recorded, but I have not let anyone hear it.
Let me hear. Let me
Why?
hear.
Yeah.
Let me hear that.
And I will
You
say,
already got a producer right there in the band.
Yeah,
Out of
let
all
them hear it.
people.
And no offense to any
In the
other
band.
artists, painters,
How you think we-
podcasters, and everybody under the sun. There is nothing cooler than coming up with your own shit. and
Eh,
music.
But at the
to
same
me,
time,
I'm always the most
okay.
envious one. For me, it's like it's so cool to me when somebody has their own
one
shit.
thing that no one would ever guess, I am not an extrovert. I'm really, really, really introverted. When
we can
I'm
be both. You can be extrovert and
It's-
extrovert.
there are some times that the energy has to be there. He'll tell you the energy has to be there for me to be a really good extrovert. But I,
Don't worry about that shit.
whenever I create anything, I go through a whole mindfuck situation of, it's almost like showing your ugly child and saying, "Here's my baby," and you know
that baby's ugly.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying. And
I'm gonna tell you this: don't ever tell yourself no.
See,
You tell yourself no, man. You already shut it down for everybody else. Like,
Well, and
you
I
already
would
shut it.
always say, like, first and foremost, artists, and I look from the outside looking in. I always want you guys to be a little more confident with sharing the shit that you work on,
Yeah.
and you have a great, and most of you especially you and Aaron and most of the artists that I know have a great community of people around them that's going to help you embrace that shit. So like if he ain't heard that shit, it's a shame
out of
on
all
you.
people, I should be.
Right. That's what I mean. So like that's what I mean with
She
artists.
already trusts you.
And, well, you
Like,
can already
let's
take.
go.
You can take a small step. You don't have to just release it to the public. Like it's your baby. But at least let the people that you work with and trust have an ear.
One thing I noticed about Heather, man, she's very, very hard on herself.
Well,
All the
and that's
best
what I'm
artists
going to
are.
say.
Best
Don't
artists
stand
are.
in your own way.
Sometimes, you know,
But eventually you do have to get out of the way. Like
I
you
sit
said.
back and I kind of watch her. She kind of overthinks.
Well, tell her.
Overthinks stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I do that same shit, man.
And sometimes like, Heather, it ain't that hard. You know, let's just go up here. Let's do this. But Tim, she's a perfectionist.
Yeah,
I understand. I understand.
I will tell you,
I'd rather work from that than the other end.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
But
All day, every day, I work for someone that's passionate.
But also,
and-
but also, there's a thing to where like I can't be scared to fail, you know, because like all of us, okay, all of us in this room, we couldn't walk, we couldn't talk, we couldn't feed ourselves at some point in our life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We failed at it just enough to where we started to win, and we ain't looked back.
But
you know what I mean, and that's in everything in your life. You know, if it's writing songs, let's go.
This also goes back to what I was saying about not being a true extrovert. I am also the type of person that likes to put people together and let other people shine.
Yep.
And I almost feel like, especially with creating stuff, I want to create it with. Do you know? I just
So-
I hate when someone I hate when someone compliments me. I'm not very good with compliments.
Most people aren't. It's not.
But
you're
for me,
right.
I have a script.
I like complimenting him. It makes him cringe.
I have a script.
But for me, like I never ever think of myself as I have all of this on my own accord. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when someone says, "Oh, I love your voice. I love your music," but I quickly I'm like, it's these people.
It is also not for you to second guess their judgment.
Hey,
If
tell
they
her.
coming
that's
up to
okay.
you,
I know.
Tell
but,
her.
Well, that
but-
defense mechanism is
Like-
okay.
Yeah.
Like that's
No,
fine.
no,
But
I
I
do it too. I deflect it. I deflect it. But at the same time,
But you
I do
can't-
know that like what they're saying, that's valid. That's their opinion. They're sharing it with me. I do appreciate it. Okay, like I might not even feel what they're saying. I might think I'm on an off night, and they come up and man, like, oh, dude, bro, you're a fucking hell of a bass player, ain't you? Like you really got this shit
never know
figured
how
out.
you touch somebody.
And I'm just like, man, I really appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, most of you guys don't realize that
Yeah.
we don't hear shit. Like what? Fucking 90.
I hear all my mistakes.
98%
I
of your
hear every
audience.
one I've ever made.
Well,
Mine, I hear
98% of your
mine.
audience are not
all
musicians.
the time.
And
We're
I
not
do-
musicians, so like that shit, you missed this
Yeah.
chord and missed that, or you
And
missed this
I
time and
do
missed that.
understand
None
that.
of us fucking heard that shit at all.
I understand that, but I did.
I know.
Okay,
and
like-
I'm glad, and in your, all of your uptight asses and imposter syndrome is what makes you guys great. But at the very end of the day, circle back to what we was talking about. This like, you can't get in your own way a little bit. Like if your band members haven't heard the shit you're working on, like why not? Why? Like I'd let that roll.
Especially we talking about like
Especially if that's somewhere you're
some
wanting
heavy
to
hitters
go.
you got in your band.
Yeah, especially if
Yeah.
the praise you're giving them.
They-
They can only make that shit better.
Maybe we created trust.
And we
That
do
works out.
want to work on original stuff though.
I'd
That
love to hear
has
it.
been the conversation.
I'd love to hear it.
Well, when you guys
think
get
it would be
even
amazing.
get a little LP together, like we said, we'll do it downstairs. That's what's funny. That's what's fun about what we can do downstairs. If it's original, we can do live broadcast downstairs.
Okay.
And like we just did, and for every band out there, we just did the FNGs downstairs. They're an unknown band for the most part here in Wichita. They're from Denver, Colorado. They're really from Lafayette, Colorado. And they're a three-piece.
Were they in a Midtopia video recently?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
They were here
Maybe.
not too long ago for another thing that fell through, and we ended up putting them on the front of a bill at the open mic. And then they came back here for Kirby's, and they did a podcast with us. But they did a show downstairs. They did a live show downstairs, and we live recorded it onto our YouTube page. And it's got 100 views. That's 100 fucking people if you did a show. That's better than most shows turnouts that you get for the most part at any little venue in town.
Sometimes.
Well, if you got 100 people at Kirby's, that's a lot of motherfuckers. You ain't getting 100 people at fucking
Not in
Kirby's.
Kirby's.
Yeah, you ain't getting. I mean, you ain't getting 100 people at Vorshay's for the most part either. You ain't getting 100 people at most restaurants or in most venues, other than the big ones.
I know.
Yeah, so it's really a cool little thing we can do downstairs now. So we can put some eyes on a fucking
Kirby's
live
real
performance.
intimate. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
What I've been trying to do, man, I got to create other ways to promote here in town. I just have to.
Yeah, I mean, then that's what we're working towards because
Well, and that's going back to, especially with all the different genres, knocking down some of the stereotypes and the fears, because it's got to be done.
yeah, I mean, we're open for everybody. If anybody's passionate, like we've always said, if anybody's passionate about something, we got a platform for you. It's that easy.
I think so.
I mean, it's made it that real simple.
Definitely.
For that part.
It's a weird thing when you become a grandparent. I'm going to sound so old now, but when you do, you start seeing the world a little bit differently and like what you're leaving behind for them.
Right.
And
A parent enough.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
And so for me, especially being in the music scene, and I know what music means to my granddaughter, I look at, all the different genres that do exist here, but that no one knows, and that venues do gatekeep, and so does the city now. I just worry about these kids, what they're going to do. If they don't have a place, they turn to other things.
What happens?
They turn to other things.
Well, we were trying to do that here. We were doing an all ages open mic here on Monday nights, and now we can't do that now until we get our license shit figured out. But we were trying to provide that for the community for the most part. We were doing it at our other place when we had an event license at the other place, but I don't know why they're really trying to fuck with us, because it ain't. We're not taking any money. We're not charging anything for it. We're just letting.
But you were given the opportunity for kids to come and do something.
Well,
why do they do that?
And Aaron,
they just want their
Aaron's
money,
voice on this was like, let's give anyone under the age of 18 and anyone that's in recovery, which is people that are trying to stay out of the alcoholic.
I'm really talking about marginalized populations.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but those are my focuses.
And
okay?
those were the two really. I mean,
Well, they have been ever since I've known you.
If you put down because you're a kid, I got a huge problem with that. I don't really want your first time on stage being at some bar that pays you a case of beer and tips.
Yeah.
Or are they backstage?
Because already now we're talking about the value of my art.
Local town.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
And as far as recovering people in recovery, I'll put it that way. We got 40 plus recovery centers here in town. And when you're in recovery, you got peers around you going through the same shit, man. Like we could be brothers through this, and we're going through that thing, and we get out of that program, and I'm alone. I can't go back to my family because they're probably triggering my behavior. I can't go back to my friends because they still drinking and whatever they're doing.
And you can't really do
whatever they're doing.
I mean, other than the movies and
now I'm alone.
Anywhere, I mean, where's the place you can go that doesn't have alcohol besides the fucking movies?
Well,
this is what I'm
even
trying to
the
say.
movies, they have alcohol too.
Well,
That's right.
Most, I mean, some of them do.
But what I'm saying is, like, me as a musician, okay, if I was to try to straighten up and throw away the liquor, what am I supposed to do? I didn't say I was. I say, what if, But for real, now what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
How do I find my community?
Well,
People like I had when I was in recovery. How do I find those same people trying to stay straight? How do I find them?
Well,
I mean,
like
nothing's
it for
promoted.
18-year-old kids.
Like the
Yeah.
thing we
Like
said
someone to
all
play
episode
safe.
is we can't promote nothing.
Where'd you grow up
So
playing?
how do we do?
In bars and shit. Where you grow up singing? Like most times, almost all musicians, they grew up in a place.
My
it's
mother
not always the
actually
safest
had me
place.
in bars.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always the safest place. It's not always. I mean, it's not
it's
always.
not the
and I won't
safest
say it's
place
not
at all.
It's not always the worst place either. But for the most part, 16 to 20-year-old kids don't need to be in and out of bars.
It also perpetuates the clique.
Because they have a passion to be a musician.
It also perpetuates the clique. And in Wichita, one of our problems we have in our entertainment scene is the cliquish nature of it.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you know we was gonna get there. You knew we was gonna get there.
Like she was talking about when she came into town, she couldn't find the scene.
Yeah.
And that could be for a whole number of reasons, but the cliques that didn't find her until she found a clique, the karaoke clique maybe.
Yeah.
And ran with that, right?
Eventually you do, I will say.
I'm just saying that I hate that it's this like cliquish nature that make it go.
Like Wichita, for some reason, is always going to make you earn it a little bit. For somebody, you got to for some reason.
No, and
I'll attribute to the ringer for some stupid.
I will
reason.
attribute our badass talent to some of that too, because we had to survive and we had to make it through the shit you're talking about to do it, and in that process, we got pretty good.
But I mean, at the
very
very end of the day, if you're fucking talented, then who gives a shit? And like people like to hold down talented people just cause, and that to me is such a weird Like, I'm not going to ever shit on or downplay or not like or not share somebody's local podcast just because I do one. So, like, that shit is weird to me. I don't.
We had a podcast dude at ICT Fest. Come on.
Oh yeah, that guy. It was great from Promo 316.
Wichita promo.
Wichita Promo.
Yeah.
16,
Yeah, awesome dude. Great show. I watch it because I like to know the hip hop scene in Wichita that I don't know that well because hip hop is my favorite music. And for the most part, growing up here, you had to listen to the national scene. You didn't listen to the local shit because it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't derived in real like what I wanted to hear. So, but like he does a really good show. So like it's always weird to me when like people have this like weird competition.
Oh, I did forget this part. The only doors that did open for me, I did a lot of studio work on a lot of local rap artists doing background vocals.
Oh, I bet.
So
with your voice?
I did do that. That was the first Wichita doors to open for me to actually do something.
What studios?
It was. I know how to get there, but it was on Washington.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's not. It's kind of. It's almost on that same street that. Oh my God, Corey's.
Yeah, mixed down.
But it wasn't mixed down.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even know if the place is still there.
No worries.
What's so weird is
well, studios rise and fall. Like
they do. They come.
Well,
and
I
go.
mean, and like you said,
Like restaurants.
For the most part, studios are kind of a in between weird kind of thing because so many people can do so many great things with the equipment.
With a laptop and an interface.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you can spend some. I mean, you still got to spend some money. It ain't like it just comes real easy.
Sure.
But
But ain't nothing like that real studio
it's
session,
not.
man.
No.
Yeah.
Especially when you got
Treated
like,
rooms.
treated rooms and all that shit.
I used to play with a guy, man. Shout out, man, Nathan Williams, man.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I was with him for a long time.
Trumpet
So,
player.
Who is he? What does he do?
Nathan Williams.
Trumpet.
Oh, really?
Trumpet player and international male model.
Yeah, he's
Really?
he's in
For
Warsaw,
real.
Poland
So that
right
dude's
now.
cool as
Yeah,
fuck.
He's in
Warsaw-
Poland right now?
Yeah, that's where he live at.
So
Warsaw,
that
Poland.
dude's cool as fuck.
Yeah, man, and we have some amazing
Dude, trumpet
studio
player?
sessions. Oh man,
Yeah,
he hot
was dope.
commodity.
He was awesome.
You know what I love about Austin, and this is our first time meeting,
It is.
is that we'll be talking about someone that he doesn't even know, and he'll ask exactly what they do or
Who the
who
fuck
they
is
are,
that?
and then he'll be like, "Shout out to them."
Well,
And he'll be
you have to give him a
they're
shout
cool.
out. If you talk about him, you have to give
I
him
love
a.
it,
Yeah,
but
You have
it's
to
the
give him a vine.
positive energy behind it. I love it.
You
I
have to
love
give
it.
him a vine. If you mention him, we have to tell him, say who they
That was
are.
all instrumental band, no singers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What Nathan doing now?
We went to a show. Was mostly all instrumental band, no singers this weekend at Temple Live.
Yeah, Ghost Rock,
Ghost
Sage
Rock,
Judge,
Sage
and
Judge and
Friends,
Friends, and Prestige Worldwide.
Supergroup Worldwide.
Yeah, I know
Judd,
Sage.
man.
Yeah, that's what,
Yeah,
I know Sage. Yeah.
and
Stage
Sage is,
Worldwide.
Sage is
Yeah.
they're fun. Prestige Worldwide's funnier though. Boats and hoes.
I would
Boats
really
and
love to know what goes on in Sage's brain.
Nah, I ain't got time for that.
Oh
shit.
my God, he is
Man.
like a genius. He's crazy.
I think he hears music in color.
Well,
Yes.
when you see people's, I understand human beings pretty well. When you see people like him and a few others, like their brain is just going, like they can't shut it off.
He is so quiet
Man,
too.
and it was
Yeah, I know.
funny. It
Most
was
of them
funny.
are.
He
Most
was
of them are.
playing. He
You
was
can be
playing with
surprised.
he was playing with the drummer Dave Consiglio.
Oh yeah, you
And
right.
Dave Consiglio, we played many years, just kind of here and there, back and forth, and yeah, man, he never did that for me. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's where you were coming from. I was like, I'm just waiting.
I'm
just
watching
waiting
him
'cause
play, and I'm like, motherfucker, you're a fucking beast. You're a beast. Where was that shit?
Well, but that almost goes to how many people had no idea that he does what he does, because for the longest time they would see him with infinite
Well,
layers.
Shit,
Yeah.
but little be known, he'd been killing the gospel choir all over.
Well,
the
and here's the crazy part. What is the one thing I told you and Charlie when we started working together? Do you even remember?
It's been so long.
Yeah,
that's-
That
That I
Don't
didn't. I
we don't
didn't.
need gigs,
I
we don't
didn't
play.
need it to. I didn't need it anything to sound like the
Right.
original artist.
Right,
I just
right.
wanted them to do
Right.
what they knew what to do.
Right.
I would never ever tell them, no, don't do this. The most that I ever do is slow this down, speed this up. Let's start here. And then there's times that I start in the wrong place, and he's like, "What I tell you?"
So who is the runner?
Damn.
Who is the runner on stage of this band that makes sure everybody's on time? Who?
Both of us.
Both
Yeah,
of
both.
you.
Both of us.
I like
In
always like
different-
I always
in
like to
different
see
capacities.
I always like to see the hierarchy of
No,
the
but
power
the
struggle
thing
of
is,
because it always kind of like somebody's got to make the trains run on time when you make music. Like, you know what I mean?
But the thing is, what I appreciate with Heather, this both of these bands, it's her bands, but she trusted me enough to make decisions.
If you don't trust your musicians, man, get
Well,
out
she
of the
has
way.
to be doing something right to get a bunch of great musicians like you guys.
Yeah,
I mean, you
for
guys
sure.
have got
No,
something really.
just-
I mean, I've seen you guys play at least once, and you guys are really talented, really fun. You can
Thank
sing
you.
like a motherfucker, and your band's really good.
Thank you.
So
Thank
straight
you.
up, if you haven't seen Nostalgia play, get out and check them out. They're,
Heather High Frequency too.
Yep,
Yeah.
Heather High Frequency.
So how often do you book both shows, and where can we find both? like what's coming up? What's coming up? So like here's your like
drop your promo. Tell
here's
us
all
what
your
you got.
promo time. Like show us what's coming
well,
up, and we
Margaritas-
will also like if you have it, send it to us. We'll put it on the flyer.
Yeah,
part
yeah.
of all this shit in
Yeah.
the description and shit.
We are playing at Margaritas. Nostalgia is the next 2 Saturdays, this Saturday and the next one. It was not intentionally set up that way, but that's how it's fallen. And then the following Friday, we'll be at Vorshay's. And then I think it's the last weekend of October, we are going to be at Humidor, and that's Heather and High Frequency.
Nice.
Oh, out west. Nice. Humor was fun.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
was a fun little spot.
And if you love the band for nostalgia, you definitely gonna love the band for Heather and High Frequency.
So which
yeah.
one?
Yeah,
which
yeah.
one- Okay,
is
so
that your choice? That your choice?
yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Which one's you guys' choice? Which guys do you prefer to play more?
You know,
That's
Heather High
enough.
Frequency.
That's
Oh,
enough.
they don't want to say it. They don't want to say it. Let them not say it. Let 'em not-
So there are times that I need to just be able to know where the music's going and not have to really try to create or do something different, and need higher energy, and that's nostalgia. With Heather and High Frequency, it's more
Loose.
creative and just free flowing.
Let the band jam it, man.
I mean-
like a little loose, a
we
little
love
looser.
those, yeah.
I'll put like 30 songs on the set list.
There you go.
We
for
never,
all our
we
audience.
never make it through that. We never, because they'll take a 3-minute song and turn it into a 13-minute jam.
Yeah, I know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And the thing is,
All right,
is
now I want to play with you.
everyone
man.
How can
loves
you
it.
not? How can you not?
Now I want to
Everyone
play with
loves
you.
it.
All right, I gotta ask, what's as two really you got 2 really popular cover bands that do a lot in this town. What are your 3 favorite songs to cover between the 2 of you? You pick yours and yours.
I
Like, from
already
a
know what
singer.
he's gonna pick.
Like, what's your 3 favorite?
well, I
ones to
know
cover?
one of them that he's
Yeah,
gonna pick.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say?
What's your 3?
Yeah, what's he going to say?
What's your 3?
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot. Like, like as a singer, what's your 3
okay,
favorite
so
ones? Not from
my-
your band, from you. Not from like what do we do good as nostalgia? What's the 3?
What I
favorite?
love to do.
Yeah,
You love
Yeah.
to sing it. You love to
And
sing
what's
it.
the 3 ones that you like?
I
for you?
love Through the Fire, Shaka Khan. I love. I've recently really grown to love Superstition, and I know that it is such a common one.
That's a good song. Though.
But a
there are
lot of
parts-
people play it, man.
There's parts of it when we do it that you don't know what song it is.
Yeah. You make it yours.
Yes.
What's that? What's that? Never mind. Keep going.
And then I absolutely love doing Killing Me Softly with the band
Oh, great
That's-
song.
because
Oh.
it is never the same.
Do that whole record.
Never,
Shit,
never
You can do
the
everything
same.
the Fugees
Do that
did.
whole record, man.
Yeah. Y'all could probably kill most of everything the Fugees did for the most part.
There's
Lauren,
so
there's a
many
few
songs.
Lauryn Hill songs in it, but good luck.
But yeah, we got something special on that.
So what's yours? Okay, well, I ain't letting you get off.
She already knows she was going to. Yeah, that Ain't Nobody, Shaka Khan. Nars
He goes
Barkley.
off on the keys.
Crazy, Nars Barkley.
All right, bet.
Oh, okay, a fun
And-
song.
and-
Fun song.
and-
Do you sing? Do you sing that one?
And I Will Survive.
I will survive.
Oh my God!
Oh,
what's-
yeah. All right.
Yes, he does love it.
What's
He
that?
does
Bill,
love it.
what's that Bill Withers song that I've been jamming on lately? Use Me. Can y'all sing that? Bill Withers, Use Me. Y'all should play that song. Y'all should end that. All you
that-
do is use me till
Yeah.
you use me.
Yeah.
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 Y'all could kill the fuck out of that song, and ain't nobody singing that shit.
Man, that what was it? The last one we just said, I Will Survive. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's that one.
That's
Yeah,
good.
And that's recently starting to become that one.
Yeah.
I was surprised it's a dope ass too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Oh, I mean, come on. I mean, you can have fun with all them songs, and I'm not even a musician. I can see that you guys have fun with those. So
Here's the crazy thing. You know, I probably shouldn't give this away. You know that something's off.
ain't nobody watches this show anymore.
Whatever. You know that something's off if the musicians aren't going off like
Right.
going and
They just reeling it
the
in.
vocalists aren't either. You know that something's off.
Yeah.
One of us like dog died or something, because it's just like I don't know. You are a musician.
No, I know what you mean.
But I leave my body. I literally leave my body. It is the craziest shit.
This is what it is, okay? This is what it is. When we're recording our music, we are given the flexibility to get into our headspace and to make that the best it can really be.
Right.
And we make our recorded music amazing.
Yeah.
And that is the standard that everybody hears music. Everybody hears music when the musicians are into it. We're all right there. So if you come out live and give a substandard, like reeling it in kind of performance, nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
One thing I tell our members is when she gives us a song, I don't like doing a carbon copy
That's it.
of a song.
That's a
I
lot.
tell us
You got to jam it a little.
Yeah, I said.
I want to know it. I want to know it. Carbon copy.
Yeah.
I want to know the carbon
Say
copy.
that right over there.
Yeah.
See that
Carbon
camera over
copy
there?
is
Yeah.
note for note,
Yeah.
word for word.
Don't karaoke
And I want
your
to know
song.
it. I want to know it.
Right.
There's a
So
way. There's
I
a way
say-
to do a
I
song
say
without karaoke.
Let's
song.
learn. Let's
Yeah.
learn the meat,
Yeah.
and outside of that,
Preach
Learn
on.
the intention.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can
Yeah.
do a song and
Yeah.
not karaoke it.
right.
You can give us your musical interpretation as artists.
So I'm in the blues. I mean, I like country.
Right.
And I like reggae. I consider all these forms roots music to me.
Right.
Those are roots musics.
Not country.
And that's really what I really love.
Yeah.
Okay. I like roots musics because roots music gives you this outline that you kind of have to follow through. And it's really not about the musical form at that point. It's about what you bring to
Right.
a stale ass form.
Right.
You know, so what I'm going to say is, like, if I can bring that up and put my own juju inside of there, then I win.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, a carbon
Yeah.
copy, I'm not trying to do a carbon copy,
Right. Right.
but I would like to know it, because if I know that carbon copy, I know how to
Most
tweak these little
definitely.
things here and there
Most definitely.
and make that mine. You know,
Well, it's almost like the-
one of my favorite things was, like, I'm getting ready to play Messing with the Kid. I play blues, right? So Messing with the Kid, old school standard. And the guy goes, 1, 2, 3. You know something? Hold on. He goes, let's play this one as a rumba. And I go, fuck, a rumba? Oh, shit.
I don't know what that is.
And so now it's like, what's
What the
this
fuck
going
is
on?
that?
It's like a Latin.
So it's a weird cadence.
It's a weird drum
Kind
beat.
of what we
It's
do to Always
it's
Survive.
he going, let's play that as rumba. We go on Little Wing, another band, later down the line. Little Wing. All right, let's do Little Wing. Little Wing. All right, 1, 2. You know something? Reggae. Let's do this reggae style. I love that shit, man. Like, you just put your own spin on some shit, and now it's like,
Well, I mean,
Now it's yours.
Especially
Yeah,
especially if you're singing somebody else's baby.
of course.
Like, you gotta.
And how many times everybody heard Messing with the Kid? How many times everybody heard Little Wing? Like,
Never heard either one of those songs.
yeah, I believe that out of you. I do.
I might have, but as of right now, I'm not sure. Maybe, but like,
Shout out to
classics though.
yeah,
Classic.
shout out to both those songs, and shout out to the day they dropped. Shout out to everybody that produced those musics and had a great time.
Those musics.
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
musics, those good music.
Yeah, those,
And thank you so much to his English teachers.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's Wichita Public School System worked real hard.
His English.
Worked real hard.
English.
Graduated with honors even.
That's
So,
a good job.
working
Because you
working
play
on-
football.
They were like, get him out of here.
No, I was good. I was like good at sports. They were like, probably
Alright.
A's, probably A's.
I ain't trying to tag my team out. So
yeah,
you
probably
win.
A's.
You
You're helping us
graduate.
win. Thanks, Austin.
Oh, God.
But so as we wrap this up, where can we find everything, you guys? Where can we find all of your shit?
We're all on
bands.
Facebook, Instagram,
And we'll tag them all in the description, guys. Check out
TikTok.
everything in the
I
description.
mean, threads everywhere.
Hey, let's not forget to get a picture. I'm
Definitely.
gonna say it online. We're gonna do a picture right here.
Yeah, I was gonna
As
say
soon as
that.
we always fucking forget, so I ain't gonna forget tonight. So we'll do a
Try
picture.
to get it done before we start.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say it right now because we would have forgot. So Thanks for doing this. Thanks for
Thanks for
reset.
having us.
I'm sorry Tuesday didn't work out. Thank you for
all
coming back
good.
Wednesday. I
Let her
really
answer
appreciate
the
it.
question though. How do we find you?
Yeah, how do we find everything?
Heather
what's the one we should go to?
underscore nostalgia.
Okay,
Heather
nostalgia
underscore high frequency.
nostalgia underscore ICT
There you go.
on everything.
platforms.
And what platform is the best to go to? There's always one that's like that helps the most.
It just depends on.
Whatever
I
you
mean,
like.
I usually always make sure that everything's on Instagram.
I definitely said that Instagram.
Instagram is nationwide.
That's about right.
Instagram is the more important one.
Yeah.
Like locally, Facebook is the most important. Regionally, nationally, Instagram's more important.
Yeah.
It really
but
is.
we're on TikTok too, and so,
So, yeah,
that's
we're
been
working on that
growing.
too.
You got a
Yeah, we're
TikTok.
working on
Yeah,
It's
you got a
growing.
TikTok.
I didn't want to do it, but it's
I did.
crazy.
I finally broke two like fucking three like a month ago or two.
We're trying to learn a Fortnite dance.
So yeah,
right now, so we can be relevant.
go to our TikTok. Go to what's your guys' TikTok?
Nostalgia underscore ICT.
Nostalgia underscore ICT on TikTok, and ours is this. Put it up graphic. Thanks, John.
And then we also have
It's like I know. Fuck off.
We
It's
also
like
have,
it's like TAATSOW.
I don't really know.
underscore
I don't know.
Bartleby.
And Heather and high frequency.
Heather,
How we do
Heather.
that?
I mean, I think if you just put Heather and High Frequency in on any of the platforms, you'll
High
find
frequency with the GH or just HI
it.
frequency?
HIGH.
And where's
Frequency.
the best place to follow you guys for your upcoming events? Where you're gonna play next?
We're going to be at Margaritas.
So
this Saturday.
where's the best place to follow for your
Margaritas.
newest places? Is Facebook? Where you?
Facebook.
Yeah. So when you're
Facebook,
where you're playing
Instagram,
at.
yeah.
So those two places.
Yeah.
Usually Facebook and Instagram will show you where they're going to be playing at the most
Yeah.
recently, and you probably can even check Wichita by EB. He probably has most all their information too as well.
Probably does.
Yeah.
So let's wrap episode 77. Let's head out
Thank
to
you guys
the
for coming out,
head out to the
man.
lobby. I really
I love
appreciate
it. I love
Tim and Heather. Thanks for coming out a day
Thank you.
after.
Appreciate
I
you.
appreciate you guys for helping us reset and get it going. Thank you, John. Roll that.
Can I get
beautiful
that
thing.
theme song?
Yeah.
in
What
my
you hear the
head?
buzzing? You hear the buzzing, so it's about to come back.
Jesus, man.
This fucking guy. I swear. You guys got an engineer you want to swap? We'll get you one. You can have this one. We'll take yours.
The Aaron and Austin Show is brought to you by Hotels, Wichita by EB, Kirby's Beer Store, Party Rockerz ICT, and Sacred Leaf.